them, I can't.
I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the, please don't stop the, please don't stop the music. I'm a slam, 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 I'm a please don't stop the music. I'm a slam, 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 I'm a please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, just escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away, just escape into the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this. Keep on rocking to it. Please don't stop the, please don't stop the, please don't stop the music. I'm a slam, 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 I'm a please don't stop the music.
Ooh, I like it. Well, hello. Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carla Cummings, and I have the privilege of serving as president of Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee. Woo! On behalf of Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee, it is my honor to welcome all of you to our Global Day of Impact event. Today is a celebration of the incredible power of women's philanthropy and a very special milestone, our 10th year of funding transformative work in our community. Thank you to everyone who is joining us virtually today. We are thrilled you are here. And although you may be tuning in from a few hundred miles away or even thousands of miles away, we see you across the pond. And we feel you here with us as we are brought together by our strong desire to create lasting impact and transformative change with our communities, within our communities, right? All of you here. I would like to also thank each of you in the room today, our members, nonprofit partners, sponsors, and guests. Whether you have been with us from the beginning or are just joining our community, your presence here is vital. Together, we are changing the landscape of philanthropy in Greater Milwaukee and the world, united by our passion to make a difference. Over the past 10 years, we have grown to 411 members strong. And collectively given over $3.2 million in transformational grants to 40 nonprofit organizations in the Greater Milwaukee area, which encompasses Ozaukee County, Waukesha County, Washington County, and Milwaukee County. Look at your impact on our community. We have an inspiring morning ahead, filled with stories of impact and a shared commitment to making a difference for a brighter future. We are especially honored to welcome Wendy Steele, the founder of Impact 100. Wendy, your visionary leadership has sparked a movement that now stretches across the globe, impacting lives in ways that are profound and enduring. We are so excited to hear your insights and be inspired by your journey as a pioneer of women-led collective giving. We also have the great privilege of hearing from two extraordinary nonprofit organizations that were the very first recipients of Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee grants back in 2016. Literacy Services of Wisconsin and New Life Community Development. Literacy Services used their $100,000 grant to support a high school equivalency program focused on high-demand manufacturing jobs. New Life used their $100,000 grant to convert their community center's outdated facilities into a commercial kitchen and purchase a van to allow them to serve more youth and broaden the program's scope. Both organizations have done incredible work, and I cannot wait for you to hear directly from them about the lasting impact of those grants. So, before we hear from our keynote speaker, I would like to welcome Literacy Services to the podium.
Hello. All right. I know there's a clicker somewhere. Is this it? Oh, I'm realizing I don't know how to use it. I see. Okay, thank you. I'm Holly McCoy. I'm the Executive Director of Literacy Services of Wisconsin. Thank you to Impact 100 for inviting me to today's Global Day of Impact. Impact is what I will focus on as our Impact 100 grant transformed not only how we do education, it has also set an example for what is possible when we invest in integrated education and training as a model. Literacy Services provides educational programming to over 1,000 adults annually at 9 different locations throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. While the statistics on this slide have a lot of talking points, the one that I would like to point out in particular is the number of graduates. Last year, we supported 241 students in completing their high school diploma. To put that number in context, the average community-based organization providing GED, HSED support typically has 16 graduates. We are committed to effective models that leverage our students' knowledge and build on who they want to be in their career. That brings me to IETs, or Integrated Education and Training. This slide is a little technical, but it comes from the Federal Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. There's a whole presentation I could give y'all on that, but we won't today. And it really specifically defines what integrated education and training is. Without going too deep into this, Impact 100 provided us with the opportunity to explore and create our very own IET program. What it basically is an efficient and concurrent model that provides adult literacy, credentials, and workforce training all in one. WRTP Big Step, which is the Wisconsin Regional Training Partnership Building Industry Group Skilled Trades and Employment Program, partnered with us on this project and still does to ensure that we're doing all we can to create additional bridges and opportunities for students to connect to pre-apprenticeships and trades training. One of the requirements for a Wisconsin apprenticeship is that you must have a high school diploma. Literacy Services and WRTP used our Impact 100 grant to support and create a first of its kind at the time, MC3 HSED. In the last 7 years, IETs have taken off, but ours is so unique that it has been recognized by the U.S. Department of Education as an innovative practice in 2020. Here are some of the skills that are included in the MC3 portion of the program specifically. All of the HSED programming contextualizes these skills and content to ensure that students are supported and creating connections in all areas of their learning. Our idea, supported by Impact 100 initially, has not only gained national attention, we have also received a lot of statewide and local attention that has led to several expansions of our original concept. The Department of Corrections reached out to offer this model at Racine Correctional and Racine Youthful Offender Center as a way to support justice-involved individuals and expanding trades knowledge and skills so that they are ready for employment post-release. Our local Workforce Investment Board utilizes this program to support youth 16 to 24 who have disengaged with traditional school as a way to improve their high school completion success while providing them with pre-apprenticeship training. We have also tried different variations of this program that include manufacturing or our MSSC certificate and HSED concurrently, and an option for immigrants and refugees to enroll in a pathway that supports their skill development and enrollment into MC3 HSED. Impact 100 started it all. A grant from Impact 100 allowed us to ideate, create, and implement a true IET that has impacted hundreds of lives. Thank you for your support.
Wow, how about that? Amazing, transformational. Thank you for the great work that you're doing. Now let's welcome New Life Community Development to the stage. I also want to let you know, while they're making their way up here, that in 2021, New Life became our very first two-time 100,000 grant recipient. Amazing. This second grant funded their New Step program, one of only two comprehensive sex trafficking prevention programs in the country. Amazing. So, welcome, New Life.
Good morning. What an honor it is to be here this morning. What an honor it is to be here this morning. We have come on the shoulders of women such as yourself that have given us the opportunity to continue to advance forward. New Life, in 2016, which seems like a very long time ago, New Life was among the first awardees of the Impact 100. And since that time, we have continued to grow and take advantage of the grants, the gifts that were given at that time. We were, the money that was used, the gift that was given at that time was used to establish two essential items to our agency, with the first one being the Farm Fork Culinary Kitchen. Now, we know the importance of nutrition, good food, healthy foods, and we want to encourage that with our youth. New Life is an after-school prevention, year-round after-school prevention and workforce development program. And Farm Fork, which is our culinary youth program, is an essential component of our programming. So we use that funding, that gift, to install a commercial kitchen. We became licensed as a caterer. We became caterers. We purchased the commercial equipment that was needed to update and bring that kitchen to commercial. We now use that license to cater. We cater our own events, and we cater special events at special requests. We also purchased a van, which was so needed at the time. Remember, this was 2016, which was so needed at that time. So we could which supported us in transporting our youth to different events, recreational activities, and other field trips and other opportunities that were available for the youth at that time. We also allowed us to shuttle families to some that were in need of transportation to various programs and that type of thing. So that was very supportive and really gave us an uplift at that time, which we needed. So we were really appreciative of that. Secondly, the question was, what was your organization? What did we accomplish over the last 10 years with the gift that was given? We have been able to continue to expand and grow. with the culinary program, which has been significant because it's so important to do that. Over the past years, we gained the ownership of the commercial kitchen and the culinary space, which we can have more youth involved in programming. So that program continues to grow. You would be amazed at how interested your children are and how engaged they are in the program and how many have very little knowledge of nutrition and I shouldn't say not awareness of nutrition and healthy foods and how to go about doing that. So the culinary program provides everything from tilting of the soil, clearing the land, everything that is involved in healthy food eating and preparations. Now, it continues to, and I like to say that New Life is ever evolving because that's exactly what we do. And with the expansion of Farm Fork, which our gift helped us to do, we continue to move forward. So with the program continues to evolve, and it's in our as we move forth, our vision is what's coming. We're going to phase two, which would be New Life phase two, which would be called New View, which will be coming in 2017. The impact that we hope to have over the next 10 years is the building that you see right there. That building, we not only want to give a space for youth to learn, we want them to soar and thrive. Our New Life vision is expanding with a campaign right now to evaluate our work and impact with New View. And that's why I reference phase two, which is called New View. The next step in our commitment to serving Milwaukee County youth is the development of this project, which is a 6-story, 106,000 square foot multi-purpose facility, providing a continuation of our services for youth adults between the ages of 8 and 24. The New Life, the original program, which we will still have, caters to individuals, provides services for individuals between the ages of 4 and 18. But once those individuals become 18 and they have received the support that we've given them, because New Life is 24 years old, we've purposefully stayed in the same community because we know that it's important to we can have an impact if we choose to stay and have, where we are and provide the services and build upon those. So we have purposely stayed in the community that we are in, which is two of the most distressed, vulnerable neighborhoods in the city of Milwaukee. So we've chosen to stay there, and we can truly witness and see the impact that we've had over the years. And so now that our kids are coming through, some of them have gone into adulthood, and some of them, the siblings and children are coming through. But one thing that we have learned, because we do respond to the voice of the youth that we serve. One of the things that we've heard through the years that we've learned is that once they hit 18, if they've had this support, we've had this safe place, we've been that place, we've become that extended family, what do? And once they are no longer able to be there, where do they go? And our youth have told us as they come into adulthood that many times once they leave that option of being able to go and be a part of, they kind of go back to where they was. So the next phase, New View, will not only provide expansion of the Farm Fork program that we have now, it will also provide supportive housing, creating a culture for individuals that are coming through the program. We have 64% of our staff are alumni of New Life. They've come through, they've grown up, they work with the development force, and now they're young adults. So to keep them connected, they're with the program. They're adults, they're entering into adulthood. But we find that they still need that supportive help. We still need to give them that assistance to transition into adulthood. Becoming an adult is not easy. It's complicated and it could be very difficult. And we all know that. So that's what that's what this program is about. So with that, the center will include an innovative housing model that will surround our residents with mentors and comprehensive service offerings aimed at creating a path to self-sufficiency and continued development of professional skills and future opportunities. New View is committed to providing safe, affordable housing, helping young people better their best with innovative advantages to benefit our youth workers and alumni. So we thank you so very much for the support that we've received over the years. We thank Impact 100 for all they've done, for staying with us, and for the opportunity to come and speak to you today. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. If your cup was empty when you came in, it's overflowing right now with all the amazing work that is going on. So thank you, New Life. I'd like to give a big hand to both Literacy Services and New Life. I will tell you, I joined that first night after I met you at the tables before we even went into our celebration. I was so impressed. And with all of our other 38 nonprofit organizations that we have touched over the last 10 years. As we reflect on 10 years of giving, it is clear that the power of women coming together can achieve truly transformational results. Each of you here today plays a very vital role in this mission, and I could not be more grateful for your continued support and dedication. Thank you once again for being part of our journey. And now, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce you to our keynote speaker, the woman whose vision launched this global movement, Wendy Steele.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I know that all of you are just as inspired as I am, and we are just getting started. For those of you who are joining virtually, I know Carla said that we feel you in the room, and we do, but we want you to feel this room. This is a spectacular space. We are at Hyphen Radio Milwaukee. We are lucky. The music you heard to start and we'll hear later is from the one and only DJ Anthony Foster, who has kept us dancing as we drink coffee and eat pastries and greet friends, both new and old. I want to give a special thank you to the tech teams that are here. We not only have Lodi, who is here with Radio Milwaukee, but we also have Studio Gear, who is stepping up and creating the live stream. So to paint the picture, this space is a beautiful industrial space, very chic, lots of natural light, and it is filled with women who are energized and who are very happy to be with us today. So I thank you all. Oh my goodness. Greater Milwaukee. Several months ago, we had a few different chapters who had expressed an interest in hosting this Global Day of Impact. And lo and behold, the unstoppable Carla Cummings said, we can do it. We will make it different. We will make it fun. And we know how much you love Milwaukee. So it all came together, and I hope you will agree that this is not only fun, it is purpose-driven and a lot to celebrate. Now, speaking of celebration, Milwaukee is launching their 10th year. Like, how can that be true? I feel like it was yesterday, but here we are. We are celebrating today 10 years of impact, more than $3.2 million of grant money. The Impact 100 model is simple, but executing it well is not easy. However, as these leaders can tell you, executing it well is worth it. So we thank you for executing it so well. All the members, all the grantees, all the nonprofits in the community, it is because of you that the women and families, an entire community of Greater Milwaukee continues to get better based on your generosity and on your funding decisions. So it's incredible. Now, over 10 years, Milwaukee has done so many things really, really well. We could talk about the highlights and the milestones, but one thing I want to make sure that we celebrate is, yes, of course, there's significant grant awards, but also this is a group that has boasted an 82% membership retention rate. That number is one that many chapters strive for and that Milwaukee has accomplished. And they've done it with precision and hard work. It was a strategic plan that was begun a little while ago and will continue well into the future. And so we love to see those best practices. The other thing Milwaukee does incredibly well is garner earned media. Now, earned media is the media that you don't have to pay for. It's telling your story in such a compelling way that the local press wants to tell your story. And they have done a remarkable job in doing that. And so we celebrate that and so much more. If you could just join me in a round of applause for the incredible work of our hosts today, Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee. Now, the Global Day of Impact is designed to celebrate and recognize the incredible work of Impact 100 chapters around the world in communities near and far. Impact 100 chapters unite diverse members from all walks of life with a shared purpose to find and fund worthy nonprofits in their local area who have promising solutions to their community's most pressing problems. Celebrating nonprofits doing the hardest work in communities around the globe. So here we are, the Global Day of Impact. This is the day that we celebrate the work that is happening all around the world. And so today, for the first time, I can tell you that by the end of this year, Impact 100 communities will have funded a collective nearly $160 million. Which, when you imagine every penny of this $160 million was given away because someone somewhere said, I'm going to join, or I'm going to sponsor people in my local community so that they can join. When you raise and give away almost $160 million, $1,000 at a time, it's never done. Professional fundraisers would tell you you're crazy to think you can reach that much money, $1,000 at a time. And yet here we are. And so for each of you who have joined, whether you joined for a year, whether you joined and lapsed and came back, or whether you started with me back in Cincinnati in 2001 and have stayed involved ever since, we thank you. Your $1,000 is why we're here. And so the reason I drive home this collective number is because each of us needs to feel the same pride in the $160 million that has been awarded, because each of us contributed to make it happen. And I cannot thank you enough. Now, we did this through 76 chapters in 4 countries, and we are still growing strong. Now, if you take a look at this incredible image, you will see our history from our very first grant of 123,000 all the way up to this year's numbers. Now, this spectacular growth is because of our existing chapters who steadily show up every single year for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, and even 20 years. It also is for our newly minted Impact 100 chapters, those communities who are giving their first grant away this year or are hoping to give one away in a future year. It takes all of us together when we have our prospective founders filled with hope and purpose, bringing together like-minded women in their local community with the common goal of making the world a better place for all. That's how we get these numbers. And for those of you who work in the membership side of our work, you know that each and every year you start at 0. And you've got to re-recruit all those amazing women. And if you're in Australia, those amazing men and women who are making the world a much, much better place. So I thank you and I celebrate you. But the reason we're here, the reason we do the work that we do is because of our nonprofits. Now, we've heard from 2 amazing grant recipients, but I want to tell you a little bit more about what happens when you are an applicant, a finalist, a grantee in any one of our Impact 100 chapters. You see, what most nonprofits will tell you is you get much more than that grant money. Now, make no mistake, we're all really happy that that $100,000 grant is being given away, and those nonprofits are very happy to receive it. But on top of that, when a nonprofit applies for one of our grants, even if they don't make it very far, they apply. What we hear consistently is that their organization gets better and stronger because of the application process, because of the thoughtful vetting that's happening in each local chapter that reflects their local community's style of giving, as well as the Impact 100 model of giving. What that means is that there will be amazing, engaged women all around the community that will know who you are. I can tell you that, oftentimes in communities, I feel like I know all the nonprofits, and yet we get applications from nonprofits I didn't know about who are solving problems I didn't know existed. And I know that's true in communities everywhere. And so for those nonprofits, we get to learn about you. And when we learn about you, we advocate for you. We have a loyalty for you. Now, let's say that you made it all the way to finalists. Once you're a finalist, now the entire Impact 100 community knows about you. So does the media. And in those moments, our loyalty and our understanding of your work gets even deeper. What we know to be true is that whether you are an applicant, a finalist, or a grant awardee, what I will say is that what you get is you get women who will give you in-kind donations. You have women who may want to volunteer. You have women who may have access or knowledge in their networks for additional funding. In other words, you become a part of the Impact 100 community. And when you're there, you're always there. There's something else about our grants that I must mention because it's so vital to the work that we're all trying to do. You see, when a grantee receives $100,000 or more, what happens is it becomes an economic driver in the community. And the way that that happens is when we award our grants to nonprofits, the community that they serve, they become healthier. They become more educated. They become job ready or employable. New jobs get created. And like the rising tide that lifts all boats, when we help those who need it most, we do it collectively by everyone pitching in what you can. Now you've got it buoyed, and this buoyancy comes from philanthropy. Before private industry gets involved, before or alongside some government programs, it is a powerful lever for change. And it is why we do what we do. So nonprofits out there, if you're thinking to yourself, gosh, seems complicated to fill out this application, or gosh, I'm not really sure that my mission is going to appeal. Here's what I have to tell you. Please, please apply. Because we can grow like Milwaukee has to 411 members, or like Pensacola has to 1,200 members. But trust me, we always need worthy nonprofits, because if we bring members together in a local community with the promise of funding the best solutions, we need you who are providing those best solutions to apply. So please, please, please apply locally. And if you don't make it through, come back. My goodness. So here we are, the Global Day of Impact, but I realize that plenty of people don't really know what exactly Impact 100 Global is. So I will take just a moment to tell you that Impact 100 Global is here to serve you, our chapters, and all of the local community. We are here to support you. In fact, we provide resources, learning, tools, one-on-one coaching, and all kinds of programming. Because we're here to serve you, we're also growing with you for the first time in a really long time. So I'm very excited to tell you that. I would ask you all to share your best practices. I've highlighted only a few of the best practices that Impact 100 Greater Milwaukee shares, but each of you have things that you do that are best in class. And if you share them with us at Global, we will make sure that those great forums or those great events or those great practices and ambassador programs and member outreach and on get shared within the community so that we can learn from each other. If you have questions and you say, gosh, you know, we're down here, we're building this chapter, and it would be awesome if we had this resource. It would be awesome if we had this tool. Please tell us. Although I'm not going to call ourselves Santa Claus, imagine a world when you were a young person and you sat on Santa's lap and you told him what you wanted. If you didn't create your list for Santa, you might have gotten underwear. Or worse, maybe socks. Yeah, see, socks, you know. These are women who know how to make a Christmas wish list or a holiday birthday wish list. So we want to give you what you need. And all you have to do is send an email or go on the website and say, contact us and say, this is what we need. Now, we already offer a lot of programming. We will be doing a much better job in sharing that. But one of the programs that most of you are aware of is our Impact 100 Global Conference. Now, we typically have these every other year. And I am delighted to tell you that today, on the 2024 Global Day of Impact, we have opened early bird registration for our upcoming conference, which is October of 2025 in beautiful Miramar Beach. Now, we're going to be staying at the Hilton, literally right on the beach. We are going to have an action-packed, resource overflowing networking and education event. So please mark your calendar. We have a terrific room block. I am pleased to be co-hosting. Impact 100 Global is co-hosting this conference with several of the chapters directly in the region. So I want to make sure I don't miss anyone, but we have Impact 100 Mobile, Alabama, Impact 100 Northwest Florida, Impact 100 Baldwin County, and Impact 100 Pensacola. And if any of you want to serve on the committee, you're welcome to join us. If you register soon, what we are doing for this conference, which is why it's open so early, is we are looking to create data-informed content. When you go online to register, you will be asked a few open-ended questions. Things like, what do you hope to learn? Things like, why did you decide to come? And can you recommend a speaker or a topic that you'd like to see covered, including raising your hand for yourself? As women, we aren't very good at that. So let me just say this. All of you are invited, in fact, requested to volunteer to speak or share your best practices or to make any suggestions of who should speak. So volunteering, you're voluntolding. And so hopefully that will make it easier for you. Now, we have some other new things that are coming, and this is just a partial list. We have many other things up our sleeve that will be revealed as 2025 goes forward. But here are some of the biggest ones. And again, each of these are also data informed. We ask you what you want, and some of you at least are very comfortable telling us. And so we're unleashing several things. Our current learning system, which was launched in 2019, prior to 2019, you had to talk to me on the phone ad nauseum in order to learn the aspects of the model. Well, in 2019, we created Impact Manager. It's been a good learning system, but not ideal. Luckily, it's about to become robust. Our Impact Manager will be converted to Impact 100 Academy. We will have tracks that you can take. There'll actually be assessments, and you will not just have to read, although you'll do a little of that. Because of our expanding team and the welcoming of our Chief Initiatives Officer, Haley Carney, who happens to be an award-winning teacher of children with special needs. We are confident that our new curriculum will be accessible, it will be understandable, it will be multisensory, and yes, there will also be some assessments, but I understand it from very good source. She's a light grader, so you'll all do just fine. And so I'm very grateful. Again, if you have things you want us to cover or tools and resources, we're already building that bank, but we will continue to. We are all running our chapters as volunteers. And because of that, leadership turns over. So if when you formed, well, sorry guys, when you formed all those years ago, we didn't have Impact Manager. But if you formed at a time that you used it and now you think you're done, every time you get a new leader on your board, do yourself and them a huge favor and please have them go through our training. On top of that, we're building a much more accessible website. That website is going to be easier to understand. It's going to be easier for people looking for you, our chapters to find you. We will be reaching out. In fact, our chief expansion, sorry, slight little slowdown of the brain, our chief expansion specialist, none other than Lori Sheehan, is currently building tools that are being added both to manager as well as to be released later when we come up with our new website. And you all will have seen a questionnaire of help us help you. So if you haven't filled it out, dig it out of your spam folder, please, and send it along. And then the last program I want to talk to you about is due to our very special social media advisor. Is that the right title? Social media guru. I don't know. You know her as Stella Lapin. I know her as brilliant social media expert. Part of what she's already started and then what we hope to release very soon are Canva templates. So that in your chapter, you can either take the template and simply put it on social media, or you can add your own logo. There will be more of that coming. And so stay tuned. Now, it's hard to believe that it's almost the end of 2024. And here we are celebrating 10 years of Milwaukee and all the milestones from all of you who are out listening to us today and watching us on social media. We have so much to celebrate. And so I would love to invite Carla back on the stage so that we can let the celebration continue. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
Wow. How about a wow? That's all I can say. Every time I'm with Wendy, I'm like, wow. Wendy, you took an idea and turned it into a movement, which is now 76 chapters strong.
Crazy.
I had 74. It grew too since I wrote this at 7 a.m. this morning. You inspire and empower us as women to come together and affect positive change within our communities. We are, and you know this, we are so grateful for you and your tireless, passionate leadership. We are honored you could be here with us today in Milwaukee as we celebrate our 10th year. Wow. The great work our members and nonprofits are doing would not be possible if you had not sparked that same passion in our 5 founders' hearts. Could our founders please come on up to the stage? We have 3 here. Jamie, give a wave. Sue and Cynthia. Our Mary Therese and Anne. Anne is waiting for a baby. She's on baby watch. And then Mary Therese is traveling somewhere very exciting. But we celebrate with all of you in our hearts. We are filled with gratitude for you and for all the women who followed in your footsteps and stepped into leadership roles over the past 10 years. Come on up and join us, because it has taken a lot of people. Your dedication and hard work have kept us strong and keeps us growing. And of course, all of our members, sponsors, nonprofit partners, and community leaders, come on up and celebrate with us. Even up in the front here, this is my special ring here. When we work together, there is nothing that we as women cannot do. Am I right? Yeah. And also as a stronger community. So today, we celebrate. Woo! Oh, there we go. Woo! Come on.
Celebrate. Celebrate good times.
Come on.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! Woo-hoo! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.